Hello there to all the fellow Tarnished. It's been quite some time, but we are ready to be back and jump straight into discussing the new Elden Ring things with you, beginning with a rundown of some of the most important things to come with patch 1.12. For starters, there are a couple of new things that you may turn on in the display settings of the menu. You can go and turn on a Recent Items tab, which will display first when opening up your inventory. All new things will be shown here in the order they were picked up, with the most recent being the last thing you just collected. There is also an option for marking newly obtained items with an exclamation point, which can be seen in any of the menus. Picked up a new weapon and you want to see where it is quickly? Now you can speed scroll until you see that yellow icon and find it much more quickly. It will naturally go away after you scroll over it. There are some new functions in the map that relate to your summoning pools. Essentially, you can just narrow down the areas where you want to be summoned to, should it happen. If you want to be available to be summoned anywhere but in Caelid, you just go to your map and turn off all the summoning pools for our favorite Scarlet Rot area. Likewise, if you only want to be summoned to a specific area, you go in and turn off all the summoning pools except that area. Did you also just do the fight again for the Elden Beast about 2 days before the patch dropped like I did? Well, now we can all rejoice. We can summon Torrent to assist us in chasing down the beast. If you enjoy the Colosseum fights that were added, I have some fun news for you. Items that you craft and then consume during the match, they will now be replenished into your inventory after the fight is over. This opens up a whole new strategy for your PvP squabbles. There were lots of adjustments made for exclusively PvP to poise damage for a lot of weapons, whether one or two-handed. And along with those poise changes is decreasing the effects of Baldekin's Blessing and Radiant Baldekin's Blessing to increase the poise value and physical damage negation in PvP. Potentially the biggest takeaway is decreasing damage of dual-wielding attacks against other players of all weapon types. Guess it's time to start two-handing your weapons more. Naturally, there were a ton of general adjustments that affect both PvE and PvP. Here are some of the main things we noticed. Lots of weapons got adjusted turning speeds, whether increased or decreased. Increased general damage of certain attacks, whether regular or charged. Some buffs to lesser used weapons, such as flails, reapers, and whips. Light and longbows got increased speed of consecutive attacks, and along with that, the attack power of arrows, great arrows, bolts, and great bolts that can be crafted have increased. They have decreased the effect duration of the Cerulean Hidden Tear, and decreased the effect that increases the power of spells from Terra Magica. Has the era of the Kamehameha finally ended? Just a few armament adjustments to note. They increased damage and movement distance of some attacks for the Zamor Curved Sword, and they've increased attribute scaling for all of the following staves and seals that you see on your screen now. Lastly, here are some notable skill adjustments. Glintblade Phalanx got decreased poise damage. The parry has increased hitbox generation speed. Taker's Flames decreased the fire's poise damage and removed the knocking down effect. Moonlight Greatsword increased the poise damage of heavy and charged attacks, but decreased poise damage from the magic wave. Bubble Shower got decreased damage and poise damage. I know it needed to happen, it really did, but I had fun with my Bubble Boy build. Those were our top picks for things to note from this newest patch that brought with it the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Have you already noticed these changes in a build that you generally run? Or have you found yourself adapting to the new weapon types and creating entirely new builds? We'd love to hear all about it down in the comments. Stay tuned as we will bring you more content in the coming days covering the DLC. For now, thanks for sticking with me to the end, because as we all know, time is runes.